Audience warm comedian for Late Night with Seth Meyers, Ryan Reiss, here backstage with Erin Jackson, who just did her late night set on the show. How do you feel?
I did it. It was great. I had a great time. The audience was amazing.
Well, you're amazing. I mean, we work together in New York City,
right?
Like almost nightly. So it's a little weird to have microphones in between us,
It is
right?
very weird. Yeah.
So when I originally had approached you about this, you had said something that I thought was very interesting. Is that you were like, I got to get this set together.
Yeah.
And this is only like 2 days ago. So can you walk me through the process, just for the people that don't know, of like how you got this, how quick it happened, and how you had to put something together?
So yeah, it happened fast. Well, just a teeny bit of background. So usually when you're going to do a late night set, right, you've worked on a set, you've tweaked it, and then you've sent it to somebody to go, hey, can I be on your show? And this is what I'm thinking of doing. Then you work on it with the booker of the show, that kind of thing. So it's something you've already worked on and curated. But this time I met Seth last Monday.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, I got a call to do the show. They're like, can you do a set on the show? And I was like, I don't have a set together, but you can't say no, right? So I said, yes, I'll do it. And then it was just scrounging and asking for favors and getting on stages for the next week, just trying to figure out what to do, what would work. I wanted to do something a little bit political because I was like, well, this is Seth Meyers. So, you want to do something because you figure the crowd would get it. So, yeah, it was just hustling and stressing for a week. And now it's over.
No, you did an amazing job. And I just don't think most people realize how quickly.
Yeah.
I knew, because Seth told me. He said, I saw her at Gotham and she's great. And I was like, oh, yeah, she's fantastic. And then I spoke to you and you were like, I have to put it together. And I was like, oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of your material, and we've actually discussed this in clubs, relationships.
Or non-relationships.
You want to speak to what it's like dating, being a comedian?
Oh, man, it stinks being a comedian and trying to date. You're never in towns. People are like, oh, what are you doing Friday night? I'm like, what are you doing Tuesday at noon? Because Friday night is when I make my money. But, I'm doing a little bit better now. I'm taking days off.
What day?
I take every Sunday off now.
Oh, good for you.
And sometimes Monday.
Oh, good
Yeah,
for
I'm going to have a whole 2-day weekend like a human.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
No, because most comedians, they don't realize this. Most comedians don't take any nights off.
Never.
And when you start your career, you never take a night off.
You can't. No, you got to get better. Now, you have the luxury to like maybe take off a Sunday, and it's lovely.
Yeah.
It took 15 years.
And how many weeks a year are you on the road?
Man, I'm not on the road as much as I used to be now. I got to New York and got comfortable. So maybe 20.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
What was the most you've been on the road?
Oh gosh, I all the time, because I was scrounging. I was making so little that I had to be out all the time. And now you just kind of buttress with some like sad corporate work, and I still do a couple colleges, but it allows me to stay in New York more. If I make more money on the road in big chunks, I get to stay here and do what I love in the clubs and really like grind it out and write new stuff. So
now
it's nice.
You had mentioned that you tailored your act for the show, and I would assume you do that for most television appearances. When you go to colleges, do you pull back? Because there's been the discussion that maybe colleges are a little more sensitive than they were, and some comedians don't feel comfortable.
Well, here's the thing. The good thing for me is that my act was never controversial. I'm not that edgy, so that I never, even at my, maybe I'll throw in some color words, but the material has never been edgy or offensive. So I don't really have a problem transitioning. It's just that I just have jokes that I'm like, I don't want to tell those jokes anymore, but those are the college jokes, because that's how I started. That's how I made a living in the beginning, because I booked a ton of colleges, and that's how I was able to support myself. So it was always on the road. It was just zipping across the country from Alaska to Florida and just wherever the money is, right?
I've been to Alaska.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The colleges are never in an area that's close.
No, that's the reason they want you there, because they need to program it, because there's not, a lot of schools in small towns where there's nothing to do. You'd be amazed how many people just make their living doing colleges. Yeah. People that you would never see in the clubs and stuff. Yeah.
Cool. Well, where can they find you on Instagram?
I am at EJ the Comic on Instagram and Twitter and something else, whatever else has an at. Oh, Facebook, I guess. And so find me, please. EJ the Comic.
Plug the album.
Oh my goodness. My album is called Grudgery, and it's available. You can stream it everywhere. You can buy it. I released it last year, and it's funny, if I do say so myself.
If you're in town, Erin's always playing at the Comedy Cellar in Gotham, places like that. Definitely check her out. Thanks. Hey, great job. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Ryan.